Chapter 822. However, she accepted his kind intentions. The plane flew for more than 6 hours and she arrived in Country D. She had been sleeping on the plane. Fortunately, when she got off the plane, her head was only dizzy, but it didn't hurt. She went to the church to find the priest named Milo, according to the agreement she had with Lu Shuang. She expressed her intention and the priest gave her a note. She searched according to the note and found that the door was closed, and there seemed to be no one inside. Did he go out? She saw the neighbor walking his dog, so she walked up and asked in a friendly manner, "Hello, I want to ask, where did the neighbor go?" "You mean Luck? She left for a long time." "A long time?" Baya was shocked and puzzled. "How long is a long time? Did she say where she went?" "About half a year. She left with Yen. They got married and went on a trip. As for when they will come back, I don't know," the neighbor said. Baya didn't come back to her senses for a few seconds. "Lu Shuang and Jiang Yi got married? And they went on a trip together? How is that possible? What about Xinyan? What should I do? Didn't they say that Lu Shuang likes Xinyan? Is Gu Lingqing lying to her, or is the world unpredictable?" The phone rang. Baya came back to her senses and saw that it was Gu Lingqing's call. She immediately answered. "You're here? You didn't call me." Gu Lingqing's voice was very low, and there was a faint sense of sadness in it. "Yes, I'm here. I came directly to Lu Shuang's place. Lu Shuang is not here anymore. The neighbor said that she left for half a year," Baya said worriedly. Her mind was blank. "Left for half a year? She didn't contact you?" "No, she didn't send me an email either." "I'm sure. I checked it before returning to China. Where would she go? What should I do? I can't find her." Baya was a little hesitant. The news was too shocking and she was caught off guard. "Don't worry. I have the heaven eyes, so I should be able to find out what happened half a year ago. I'll ask someone to check it now." "Give me the address where Lu Shuang lived before," Gu Lingqing said. "I will send it to you now," Baya said quickly. "The investigation may take a few days. When will you come back?" Gu Lingqing asked worriedly. "Tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow." "Okay. Text me after you buy the plane ticket. I'll send someone to pick you up," Gu Lingqing said softly. Her tone was much better than before. Baya knew what Gu Lingqing was thinking. Although he didn't say it, he still cared about her very much. But where on earth did Lu Shuang go? If she couldn't find Lu Shuang, how could she save Xinyan? Lu Shuang had married someone else. After Xinyan came out, what could they do to stop Xinyan's revenge? Baya found a hotel nearby. After checking in, the more she thought about it, the more confused she became. She remembered that Lu Shuang didn't want to be with Xinyan. She helped Lu Shuang escape. What happened after that? Why did Lu Shuang fall in love with Xinyan? She called Su Changhe. "Baya, you're back. How do you feel?" Su Changhe said warmly. "Senior, do you know what happened to Lu Shuang?" Baya asked. "Lu Shuang is your friend, right?" "I know a little." "Can you tell me everything?" Hearing Baya's question, Su Changhe knew that she still hadn't remembered the past. She is the woman Xinyan, the former president of a country. Xinyan's wife is Hua Zixing from M country. Hua Zixing has a girl called Nangongyu. Xinyan imprisoned Nangongyu for Lu Shuang. To protect Lu Shuang, Xinyan even wanted to kill Nangongyu's brother. Because of this, Xinyan was pulled down from the position of president and imprisoned. Lu Shuang was also sent away by Xinyan. Does Lu Shuang like Xinyan? Baya asked. "I'm not sure about this. You know what happened to you. Even if I ask, you won't tell me." "Moreover, I didn't ask," Su Changhe said apologetically. She could feel that Xinyan liked Lu Shuang. What mattered was Lu Shuang's feelings. She didn't have a headache at first, but when she thought about it, she had a terrible headache. Unconsciously, she fell asleep without eating. At night, she had a dream. She dreamed that she was surrounded by darkness. It was so dark that she couldn't see her own fingers. She was alone. She called Gu Lingqing's name, but no one answered her. A girl's voice appeared and kept repeating the same sentence. "Who are you?" "You are not Baya. Who are you?" The voice was hoarse and it was so sharp that it almost pierced her eardrums. Baya woke up in shock. She sat up, sweating all over. She picked up her phone and looked at it. It was already 6 o'clock in the morning in D country. She calmed herself down and went to the bathroom to brush her teeth. When she came out, she sat on the bed and spaced out for a while. She was at her wits' end in D country. She might as well think of a way when she returned home. Moreover, she had to meet Xinyan again. She opened the app and booked a flight back to China at 10:20 a.m. She got up and checked out of the room. She had breakfast at a nearby restaurant before heading to the airport. On the way she sent a message to Gu Lingqing. I've booked a flight back to China at 10:20 a.m. I'll arrive in a country at around 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. You go ahead with your work. I'll contact you then. Gu Lingqing called her immediately. Baya was slightly stunned. It was only 4 a.m. in a country now. Did you not sleep or did I wake you up? Baya asked apologetically. I haven't slept yet. I want to settle everything today. I'll accompany you in the afternoon, Gu Lingqing said softly. It's not good for your health. Don't stay up late if you don't have to. You're older than me. What if you get sick? Hurry up and rest. I know. There's one thing. Because of the memory problem, the videos from 6 months ago are all gone. Now they're using face recognition. The key is that many of the video systems in D country still need to be decoded. So they can't find her in a short time. I'm sorry. What about Shiniyan? If Lu Shuang is not here, I'm not sure if Shiniyan will take revenge. Baya consulted Gu Lingqing's opinion. You can't stop doing what you're supposed to do because of fear. Release Shiniyan as usual. He's not a bad person. If he's still in power, he should be a wise ruler. However, the political situation is unpredictable. There are many things that you can't do as you please. We'll discuss it after you come back. Well, if I can't mobilize Shiniyan's invisible force, I'll see if I can find mercenaries to solve this problem. No, He won't allow you to use mercenaries. This matter will become a weakness for him. I'll think of a way, Gu Lingqing said in a low voice. Okay. We'll talk about it when I come back. Go and rest early. Baya said and hung up the phone. She had just arrived at the airport when 8 people blocked her way. Baya wanted to escape subconsciously. She turned around and saw another 8 people walking towards her. I am Qin Tang Tang. The novel has been made into a radio drama. Follow me on WeChat Jade Lake. Chapter 823. An Ing who was hiding at the side appeared immediately. There were infrared dots on the foreheads of the 16 people. If they acted rashly, they would go to hell immediately. As expected, those people stopped moving. They looked at each other. Little Bai. Lu Shuang's voice was heard. Baya looked towards the source of the voice and saw Lu Shuang. Shuang, why are you here? Where have you been? Lu Shuang walked towards Baya. They are my men. Jiang Yi knew that you were coming and found out that you bought a plane ticket. So I brought my men to wait for you here. Baya looked around and said, they are Lu Shuang's men. The infrared dots on their foreheads disappeared. Lu Shuang smiled. Are those people protecting you? Baya nodded. Gu Lingqing sent them. Is he okay? When I left he was still in danger. Xing Buhua is not Gu Lingqing. Lu Shuang asked with concern. He is back in the military now. It's not that He promised us to release Shiniyan. He just needs your help. Lu Shuang lowered his eyes. There was sadness in his eyes. Then he smiled again. Let's find a place to talk. I booked a flight at 10 o'clock. I'll change it to tomorrow. I'll call Lingqing, Baya said and took out her phone. Get in the car first. Lu Shuang took Baya's hand and walked away. Baya noticed that Lu Shuang had something on his mind, but she also believed that Lu Shuang would not hurt her. She got into Lu Shuang's car first, but she was worried that Gu Lingqing was sleeping at this time, so she didn't call him. Instead she texted him, Lingqing, you don't have to look for Lu Shuang anymore. Lu Shuang came to me just now. I want to talk to him today. I've changed the ticket to tomorrow. Lu Shuang glanced at Baya's phone and smiled. It's great that you guys are still together. Baya changed her ticket and looked at Lu Shuang. Your neighbor said that you're married. Is Jiang Yi right? Lu Shuang nodded. Uncle has waited for me for such a long time. He has taken good care of me. Besides, I'm already so old. Other than uncle, no one else wants me. What about Shiniyan? Don't you like him? Baya probed. Lu Shuang's eyes flickered. He wanted to say something but stopped. Baya held her hand. Is there anything else that you can't tell me? Xiaoya, people's feelings will change. The person I like now is uncle. Shiniyan might not be able to come out for the rest of his life. Lu Shuang lowered his head. Baya frowned slightly. What you mean is that you liked Shiniyan before, but because Shiniyan was arrested, you thought that he would never be able to come out for the rest of his life. So when you were with Jiang Yi, you fell in love with Jiang Yi? Yes, Lu Shuang replied. His chest was heaving up and down violently. He didn't dare to look at Baya. But now, Shiniyan is going to be released. I'm here to talk to you about this, Baya said. Lu Shuang didn't hide her surprise. She held Baya's hand. He's really going to be released. Is what you said true? Baya looked at Lu Shuang calmly. Lu Shuang also realized that she was too impulsive. Her face looked weird, but she still couldn't hide her joy. She murmured, "I knew it. He wouldn't be locked up forever. He would definitely come out." She couldn't hold back her tears. Her tears fell on the back of Baya's hand. With Baya's knowledge, she could tell that Lu Shuang was unusual at first glance. Since she believed that Xinyan would be released, how could she have said that Xinyan would never be able to come out for the rest of his life? Lu Shuang was a straightforward person. She wasn't good at pretending and hiding. She must have something on her mind. That was why she was so contradictory and contrasting. His crime of imprisoning Nangong Yu isn't small. We can't release Xing Buhua directly. We need you to save him, Baya said. Save him. We have to save him. Tell me, how do I save him? Lu Shuang asked immediately. Baya looked at the chauffeur. Let's get out of the car and take a walk. I haven't seen the scenery of Country D. Bring me around. Lu Shuang knew that Baya wanted to talk to him alone. He nodded. Okay. Stop the car. They held hands and went to the park nearby. Are you sure you don't have any listening devices on you? Baya asked. I don't think so. But maybe someone put it on me. I don't know, Lu Shuang said uncertainly. Let's make sure everything is safe. I'll get someone to check on you. Baya called Zhang Xingyu. After a while, a hidden figure came out. He used a device to check on the two of them and confirmed that there were no problems. Baya then said, what we mean is that we need you to personally contact an invisible person to save Xinyan. This is just on the surface. The truth is, when you guys save him, it will cause a huge fire. We'll tell the public that Xinyan died in the fire. In fact, we'll release him and he'll live an incognito life. Xiaobai. Lu Shuang wanted to say something but stopped. He looked at Baya worriedly. What's wrong? Baya didn't understand. Lu Shuang still didn't say it. He changed his words and said, I don't need an invisible person, okay? I'll get Jiang Yi to save him. Jiang Yi is from Country D. Even if they pursue the matter, they won't be able to pursue it to Country D. Is that okay? This is the best. However, Xinyan likes you and you're married to Jiang Yi. If Jiang Yi rescues him, have you thought about how to deal with the relationship between the three of you? I'll make it clear to Xinyan. I'm already married. He deserves to find a better one. He was pulled down from the position of president because of you and was locked up for so long. When he comes out, he'll know that you're married. I'm worried that he might not be able to take it, Baya reminded. Lu Shuang's eyes turned red. His eyes flickered as he avoided Baya's gaze. I don't know what to do either. Anyway, the first thing is to save him. As for the other things, we'll talk about it later. Moreover, I remember that Xinyan and Jiang Yi didn't have a good relationship, right? Baya didn't know if this information was real or just her imagination. Xinyan had a girlfriend who was Jiang Xingyu's sister. She committed suicide for Xinyan. So Jiang Xingyu hates Xinyan. That's how their hatred came about, Lu Shuang explained. So, if you use Jiang Ye's people to save Xinyan, will he help? Baya doubted. He will. In fact, the one who will save Xinyan is not him but you guys. At that time, Xinyan will still be free, and Jiang Xingyu might not be able to find him. Moreover, the power behind Xinyan is actually very strong. Even if he doesn't become president, Jiang Xingyu won't be able to deal with him. But if you marry Jiang Yi, it will become a sharp knife that will pierce Xinyan's heart. I don't want it either, Lu Shuang said softly. What do you mean by that? Baya understood what he was implying. I am Qin Tang Tang. The novel has been made into a radio drama. Follow me on WeChat Fairy Lake. Chapter 824. Lu Shuang realized that he had said something wrong. He stuttered and thought of a reason. He explained, I can't control myself when I like someone. After saying this, she felt guilty. She withdrew her hand and tugged at her clothes nervously. Baya saw Lu Shuang's little action. Lu Shuang didn't want to tell her the reason. If she asked again, it would only make Lu Shuang feel more repulsed. Cool girl, if you need help one day, just contact me. I'll go through fire and water to help you, Baya promised. Lu Shuang's eyes turned red. Well, you can check in first. After that, send me the address. I'll go back and talk to Jiang Yi. I'll contact you after I make some plans. What do you think we should do? Okay, I'll talk to them too. Then I'll leave first. Lu Shuang said shyly and walked towards the road. Cool girl, give me your number so that we can contact each other in the future, Baya said. Oh. Lu Shuang hit his forehead. I'm silly. I forgot this important time. What's your number? Baya gave her number to Lu Shuang. When Lu Shuang called, the phone rang. Baya edited Lu Shuang's number and watched Lu Shuang leave in a hurry. In her impression, Lu Shuang was a careless, heartless, straightforward and easygoing person. What had actually happened? She kept stuttering and evading. Baya stayed in a nearby hotel and rested for a while. Her mind was in a mess. She was worried that Gu Lingqing was sleeping now, so it was not convenient for her to call him. She stood in front of the window and called Xing Buhua. Xiaoya, what's wrong? Xing Buhua asked softly. I'm in country D. I met Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang said that he would use Jiang Ye's men to save Xinyan. I'll inform her when you're done. Xiaoya, don't worry about it. Just pretend that you don't know anything about it. I'll have someone contact your friend. Oh. Baya paused. She felt that she had to let Xing Buhua know. Lu Shuang married Jiang Yi. What? Then who will control Xinyan? Xing Buhua was shocked. Even so, Lingqing and I still hope that you let Xinyan go, Baya said. Xing Buhua was silent on the other end. All of you have made up your mind. Good. I'll go with you. Give me Lu Shuang's number. I'll have someone communicate with them. You don't have to worry about it, Xing Buhua said. Okay. Baya hung up the phone and called Lu Shuang. Xiaobai, I'm still in the car. Tell me. Lu Shuang, someone contacted you. He's in charge of the rescue plan, Baya said. Thank you, Xiaobai. If it weren't for you, Xinyan would never be released. Thank you, Xiaobai. Lu Shuang's voice was a little choked. Baya could tell that she still liked Xinyan. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been so excited when she heard that Xinyan was going to be released. Lu Shuang was a person who said whatever he wanted and did whatever he wanted. Why did he become so cautious now? It seemed that there was nothing for her to do here. Lu Shuang should not be in the mood to catch up with her. She'd better go back to China first and discuss with Gu Lingqing. She wouldn't be so hesitant now. She rebooked the flight back to a land at 14 o'clock this afternoon. She had a good lunch and sent a message to Gu Lingqing before she got on the plane. I'll arrive at a land at about 14 o'clock this afternoon. She closed her eyes and slept as soon as she got on the plane. She woke up again and again in a daze. She didn't wake up until the plane landed. She turned on her phone as soon as she got off the plane. His phone was full of incoming calls. There were calls from Xing Buhua, Gu Lingqing, Lu Shuang and Zhang Xingyu. She called Gu Lingqing back first. Have you arrived? Gu Lingqing asked. Yes, I didn't check my luggage. I'm going to the exit now. I'm at the door. Baya smiled and felt warm in her heart. Gu Lingqing was not a man of words, but he was a man of action. She went out and saw him at a glance. He took the luggage from her hands and asked worriedly, Are you tired of flying continuously? I haven't been flying continuously. I've been sleeping all the time. My brother has asked someone to contact Lu Shuang and asked me not to care about this matter, Baya said. He has his concerns. It's not a good thing for you to be caught if you show up too much. Since he has made arrangements, it's good that Xinyan can be rescued. Lu Shuang's matter. Baya wanted to say something but stopped on second thought. I don't know what kind of impact it will have on Xinyan. Besides, I think Lu Shuang has something wrong but he won't tell me. Can you send someone to help me check it out? Okay. Gu Lingqing replied and put his arm around Baya's shoulder. Xinyan is a smart and resourceful person. Don't worry too much because it's useless to worry. If Lu Shuang still likes Xinyan, Xinyan will know what to do. Baya nodded and called Lu Shuang back. Little Bai, you're back in China? Yes. Has that person contacted you? Jiang Yi is contacting him. After Xinyan was rescued. Lu Shuang paused and didn't ask further. Is he okay now? Shuang, if you like him, then be with him. If you don't like him, then don't give him any more hope. When hope is shattered, it will be despair and hurt people's hearts. If you've decided not to be with him, don't care about him and don't miss him, Baya reminded. Lu Shuang's eyes turned red. Mist filled his eyes and condensed into tears. He was caught because of me. After he was rescued, he should have come back to you. You owe him an explanation. Don't avoid it, Baya said. Okay, then I'll hang up first. I'm going to have dinner. Lu Shuang choked with sobs and hung up the phone. Baya leaned on Gu Lingqing's shoulder. We can't change others. The only thing we can do is to change ourselves and be ourselves. We'll talk about the future in the future. Let's go back first. Shosho misses you very much. He wants to look for his mother early in the morning. Gu Lingqing changed the topic. Baya thought of Shosho's cute face and smiled. Lingqing, Shosho is still young. He needs to be taken care of. Can you delay the matter of having another child? Gu Lingqing looked at her and nodded. There's still a long way to go. Baya smiled and hugged his waist. They went to the VIP area together. She couldn't wait to see Shosho. I've already applied to arrange a job for you as a counselor. Your working hours will be from 12 to 5 p.m. on Thursdays. You're free at other times. What a free job. Didn't you say that you want to build a community for military families? I need you to do this. I've already applied for the land. You'll be busy from now on. If you can't take it, let me know, Gu Lingqing said carefully. Baya smiled. She seemed to see happiness waving at her. Chapter 825. However, when she thought of Lu Shuang, her heart sank again. Although she rationally told herself that she couldn't do anything about it, that life was chosen by Lu Shuang, and that her own decisions weren't what Lu Shuang wanted, she still faintly felt sad, like a misty rain. Soon they arrived at the military area and she went back to the villa. Shosho should be playing in the backyard. Gu Lingqing reminded her. Baya put down her bag and rushed to the backyard. Shosho was sliding. When he saw Baya coming, he stopped. Mom. Hug hug. Baya felt warm inside. She should have bought a gift for Shosho in Country D. Because she was preoccupied, she didn't buy a gift. She picked up Shosho apologetically. Mom will take you out to play later. Do you want to go? Go. Shosho was happy and smiled. Let's go now. Baya returned to the room with Shosho in her arms. Gu Lingqing was still there. She said to Gu Lingqing, I will take Shosho out to play, go to the supermarket and buy some snacks. What do you want to buy? I will ask someone to send it over. The supermarket in this town belongs to the Gu Corporation. Gu Lingqing said. There is fun in shopping and buying when you see the real thing. I will go with Shosho. I will go with you, Gu Lingqing said. Baya smiled. You are busy with work. I will go with Shosho and Xiaoxia. Then bring Shulan too. Mom went on a business trip yesterday and will be back in a week. Baya looked at the time on her watch. It was already 15 o'clock. I will come back at 17:30 to make dinner. Can I make it? You are too tired from the flight today. Don't cook. Since you are going out, have fun. Eat in a restaurant outside. Don't rush back. I will eat in the cafeteria. Baya tiptoed and kissed Gu Lingqing's face. Gu Lingqing looked at her. She also felt embarrassed. When Gu Lingqing wanted to return to the bride's side, Shosho pushed Gu Lingqing away. He looked serious and guarded. Gu Lingqing went to kiss Baya again, but Shosho still pushed Gu Lingqing away, which made Baya laugh. Gu Lingqing's face darkened. He picked up Shosho and put him on the ground. He kissed Baya and went to work in the study. Shosho pointed at Gu Lingqing in annoyance, his brows furrowed. Kiss. Baya smiled, squatted down and kissed Shosho's face. This made Shosho happy. Hug. Baya carried Shosho, took her bag and called Xiaoxia and Lin Shulan to go out. Along the way, Baya taught Shosho how to sing Mommy is the best in the world. Shosho knew how to sing, so he sang along with Baya. Shosho sings really well. What other songs do you know? Baya asked. Suddenly Lin Shulan braked. Baya hit the chair and looked in front. What's wrong? Madam, stay in the car. I'll go and take a look. Lin Shulan said cautiously. After getting out of the car, he immediately closed the door. He walked to the front of the car and saw an old man lying on the ground. Old man, I don't remember hitting you. If you're trying to blackmail me, I have the car recording, Lin Shulan said. The old man who was lying on the ground opened his eyes and looked at Lin Shulan strangely. He got up and left angrily. Lin Shulan, she returned to the car and continued driving. She stopped at the parking lot in front of the supermarket in town. Shulan, Baya called gently. Lin Shulan looked at Baya, nodded, and stood respectfully. Madam. Baya smiled. Let's talk later. Lin Shulan lowered his head. They entered the supermarket together. Baya placed Shosho on the trolley while Xiaoxia pushed Shosho to the children's area to play. Baya brought Lin Shulan to walk around casually. Have you thought it through? Baya asked. He doesn't like me. Or maybe he hates me, Lin Shulan said. In ancient China, there was an emperor called Zhu Yuanzhang. One day, when he wasn't an emperor, one of his companions came to him and told him about their bitter past. He was crying and snot. When Zhu Yuanzhang heard it, he said that he didn't know this person and killed him. After that, another person went to find Zhu Yuanzhang. He didn't say anything about his bitter past. He just said that Zhu Yuanzhang had the appearance of an emperor and was promoted. Do you know why? Baya said gently. Lin Shulan smiled bitterly. Because I witnessed his betrayal. He was a despicable person and he was disloyal and unjust. That's why he feels sad when he sees you. You represent his disgraceful past. He won't fall in love with you. Instead of waiting for someone who won't fall in love with you, why not find someone who treats you well? Women fall in love with people who treat them well easily, Baya said with a smile. Lin Shulan looked at Baya. Madam, I understand. Thank you, madam, for coming to chat with me. Actually, I've forgotten a lot of things in the past. But from the fact that you became Song Shiyu's goddaughter, you should be a very charming person. Don't let someone who doesn't love you destroy your confidence. You're actually very outstanding and beautiful. When we go back, I'll teach you how to put on makeup, Baya said with a smile. Yeah. Lin Shulan slightly raised the corner of her mouth. I feel much better now that I've given up. What if Zhang Xingyu got together with Xiaoxia? Would he feel better? Lin Shulan was stunned. Xiaoxia? Zhang Xingyu has always been surrounded by men. These few years he has been traveling with Gu Lingqing. He doesn't have many chances to meet girls. So, it's normal for him to get together with Xiaoxia, Baya explained. Lin Shulan nodded. Yes, just like how I like Zhang Xingyu because I don't meet many men. It's the same logic when Zhang Xingyu and I are by your side. Have you thought it through? Baya asked gently. He didn't like me from the start. So it's destined to be fruitless. I'll be tired too. I'll arrange blind dates for you and introduce you to outstanding men. There will definitely be one who has been waiting for you for a long time, Baya comforted him. Thank you, madam, Lin Shulan said sincerely. Let's go and see Shosho and the rest. Okay, I'll buy it, Baya said readily. Shosho was elated. He hugged the car tightly and didn't let go. Baya walked to the vegetable section. She wanted to buy some vegetables. Madam, fresh vegetables are delivered every day. You don't have to buy them today, Lin Shulan reminded her. Baya nodded. She didn't buy any vegetables. Instead, she bought a lot of snacks. When she went to the checkout counter, there was a man who kept looking at her. Baya glanced at the man. He was very good looking. He had handsome features and a deep expression. He was dressed very trendy, but he gave off a bad vibe. His every movement had the aura of a nobleman. He had a good figure too. He wasn't an ordinary man. He was the type that attracted women. Moreover, she felt a strong sense of familiarity with him. She also felt a faint sadness. But, she just couldn't remember. Chapter 826. The man walked towards her with a smile that was even more charming. I was wondering if I would bump into you here. I didn't expect to bump into you, Su Jiran said, looking at Baya with a burning gaze. I brought my child here to buy some things, Baya said. She looked at Shosho with gentle and loving eyes. Su Jiran followed Baya's gaze and saw Shosho. He inherited your and Gu Lingqing's strengths. He's very cute. Then I'll go out now, Baya greeted him. Xiaoya, let's have a meal together, Su Jiran invited. Baya hesitated. The man in front of her was a stranger to her, but they obviously knew each other and he didn't seem to have any ill intentions. It didn't seem right for her to reject him just like that. Are you afraid that Gu Lingqing will be jealous? Su Jiran saw Baya's hesitation. We have 2 children already. We don't talk to ourselves about jealousy. Then let's go. I have something to tell you, Su Jiran said and took the plastic bag. Baya was too embarrassed to reject him again. I drove here. Just leave the things in the car. I saw a Western restaurant nearby. Let's eat there, Baya said. Su Jiran put the things in the trunk of Baya's car. They walked to the Western restaurant near the supermarket. There were many fruits, appetizers and puddings. They were all free. Xiaoxia took care of Shosho while Baya ordered. She felt uncomfortable when she felt the gaze of the man in front of her. She looked up at him. What do you want to say to me? Chu Yubing wants me to join his side. He gave me good conditions, Su Jiran said. Baya wasn't clear about their relationship. What's your plan? I want to listen to you, Su Jiran said in a low voice. Baya felt a wave of pressure assaulting him. His words were too ambiguous and seemed to be hinting at something. Especially his scorching gaze, it was too invasive. Baya recalled that Su Changha had mentioned Su Jiran, her ex-husband. Suddenly, he felt that he shouldn't have come to eat. You know, the current president is Gu Lingqing's brother, Xing Buhua. Chu Yubing is trained by the Shen family. To a large extent, he is opposed to Xing Buhua. I am Gu Lingqing's wife. What do you think I would ask you to do? Baya asked. I'll do whatever you want me to do. What about you? What do you want to do? Baya asked. Su Jiran looked at Baya without saying a word. Baya stood up. I want to help you. I want to do what you want to do, Su Jiran said. Actually, you don't have to. I'll feel burdened if you do this. After all, we're in the past. It's not nice to keep you hanging. You should find a new life, Baya said and walked outside. Xiaoxia followed immediately with Shosho in her arms. Someone stopped Baya at the door. Baya turned around and looked at Su Jiran. She curled her lips and her eyes became cold. What do you mean? I mean no harm. Let's have a meal together and I'll send you back. Baya stared at Su Jiran. Many complicated thoughts flashed through her mind. After all, she didn't want to make enemies with Xing Buhua. She sat back down. I tried my best to have 2 girlfriends. I wanted to start a good life, but I got bored after a month. I went to see a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist said that I haven't let go of my past. Whoever started the trouble should solve it. Please help me, Su Jiran expressed. I will never betray Gu Lingqing in this life. I don't want to leave him again. I don't want to do anything that will hurt him. Love is not possession. It's wishing for the other party's happiness. If you still want to possess me, then it's definitely not love. It's because you're unwilling. Su Jiran smiled bitterly. I'm indeed unwilling. I've been blaming myself. If I found out that I fell in love with you earlier, I wouldn't have lost you. There's no medicine for regret in this world. You can't go back to what you've missed. You should look forward. Okay, Su Jiran replied and smiled. Baya didn't expect him to agree so readily. She didn't know what else to say. She picked up the glass of water on the table. I wish you happiness. So, you still want me to leave, right? Su Jiran locked his eyes on her and looked at her face longingly. Baya thought for a moment and nodded. Su Jiran lowered his head dejectedly. He was shrouded in melancholy. I know. Let's eat. After eating, I'll reject Chu Yubing and leave country A. Baya felt embarrassed when she saw him being so easy to talk to. I'm sure you'll find a girl who likes you and who likes you. Su Jiran shook his head. Retribution. I'm a little tired of love. I feel comfortable having a meal with an old friend. Baya didn't say anything. If she said too much, it would seem like they were too familiar and intimate. It wasn't good to deal with it coldly. She felt guilty for some reason, so she didn't say anything. Fortunately, the waiter served the steak quickly. Baya lowered her head and cut the steak. Su Jiran quickly cut the steak and passed it to Baya. Baya smiled and refused. I like to cut it myself. It's more fragrant. Okay. Su Jiran didn't force her and ate the steak quietly. Baya suddenly felt the subtle change in the atmosphere. She looked at the door. Gu Lingqing was wearing a military uniform. He walked over with his men. His face was cool and expressionless. He didn't ask anything. He pulled out a chair and sat down, staring at Su Jiran. Su Jiran finished eating calmly. He put down his fork and smiled at Gu Lingqing. Long time no see. I don't want to see you, Gu Lingqing said coldly. You're still as heartless as before. I'm going to hang out with Xiaoya. That's it. Su Jiran saw that Gu Lingqing didn't answer at all. He felt bored. He said to the waiter, Bill? My woman doesn't need you to pay for her. I've paid the bill. I won't see you out. This is my place. Don't come here again, Gu Lingqing said directly. He held Baya's hand and stood up. He took Baya's hand and walked away. Xiaoxia took Shosho and followed them immediately. Su Jiran looked at Gu Lingqing holding Baya's hand and left. If he had been so tight, he would be the one holding Baya's hand now. Now he could only be alone. In the car. Gu Lingqing didn't say anything with a cold face. Baya looked at him. He didn't even change his clothes. It was obvious that he came in a hurry. She shouldn't have had dinner with her ex-husband. You know, I have no memory, so I didn't know he was my ex-husband. I'm sorry. Gu Lingqing looked at her and held her hand. I'm not angry at you. I'm just upset that I didn't go with you. My work today is important, but it's not urgent. I can go with you. Baya smiled. She felt sweet in her heart. She leaned her head on Gu Lingqing's shoulder and looked at the road ahead. He told me that Chu Yubing was looking for him. It seems that Chu Yubing is ambitious. The royal family. It's normal. I expected it. I'm afraid that during the days when we disappeared, he did a lot of things that we don't know, Gu Lingqing said meaningfully. Chapter 827. I'm thinking about the relationship between them, Baya said softly. Gu Lingqing glanced at her softly, his eyes full of love and tenderness. Worry and effort can make a country prosper, but idleness can make a country perish. If a country doesn't have internal and external troubles, its leaders won't work hard. They'll live comfortably all day without thinking about making progress. So, it's not a bad thing that Big Brother has encountered this, right? Baya said. Yeah, Gu Lingqing replied. It's the same with relationships. They need to go through experiences to consolidate it and become indestructible in the future. Lu Shuang and Shen Yin will separate if they don't go through the experiences. Even if they don't go through the experiences, they will still be separated because of various reasons in the future. But if they go through the experiences, their relationship will be consolidated and they will cherish and understand each other in the future. Even parents can't control relationships, let alone friends. Most of the time, it's their own decision to give them some advice. That's all we can do. Gu Lingqing knew that Baya still couldn't let it go, so she comforted her. I understand the theory. From a woman's point of view, I feel sorry for Shen Yin. He must really like cool girls, Baya sighed. What's important is Lu Shuang's feelings. Soon they arrived at the military area. What do you want to eat tomorrow morning? I'll cook it. You still have to practice boxing in the morning. You don't have to work so hard. There's everything in the canteen. I'll ask someone to send breakfast over tomorrow. I want to eat braised pork and crucian carp soup for lunch. Shosho wants stewed eggs. The rest is up to you, Gu Lingqing said seriously. Baya had adapted to his way of talking. Have you had dinner? Gu Lingqing didn't say anything. Baya noticed something was wrong. You haven't had dinner yet. I want to finish some work before I eat, Gu Lingqing explained. That's not good. You have to eat on time or your stomach will be hungry. Your health is the most important thing. When you go back, eat first, then work. Sleep before 12 o'clock. You need to sleep for 6 hours. Yes. The corners of Gu Lingqing's mouth raised slightly. It felt good to be nagged like this. They were like an old married couple. The days passed in a plain and real way. The idle job that Gu Lingqing arranged for her was really idle. Unless the situation was very bad, people in Country A would not easily go to see a psychiatrist. Therefore she stayed there for the whole afternoon and did not come. In the middle of the night, Gu Lingqing called. He got up to pick it up, and Baya was also woken up by the noise. Something must have happened for him to call so late at night. She also got up, opened the door and went outside looking at Gu Lingqing worriedly. He hung up the phone and said to Baya, Shen Yin has been rescued. He is now in the base where I was treated before. He wants to see you. Should I go there now? Baya asked. She didn't remember where the medical place Gu Lingqing mentioned was. I'll go with you. Wait for me for half an hour. I'll make the arrangements. Remember to wear more clothes. It's cold at night. Gu Lingqing said and went out to make the call. Baya's mind was blank. She didn't tell Shen Yin about Lu Shuang's marriage. She really didn't know how to bring it up. However, she had to face it eventually. Half an hour later, Gu Lingqing arranged a car and Zhang Xingyu drove. It will take about 2 hours to get there. You can sleep a little longer. Gu Lingqing said softly. Baya leaned on Gu Lingqing's shoulder and closed her eyes. However, she couldn't sleep. Her mind was a little messy and she had a bad feeling. Lingqing, do you think Shen Yin will hate fate if he knows that Lu Shuang is married? Baya asked. Let nature take its course. We just need to do what we should do. Then do our best to protect Shen Yin. After all, he took the risk for us, Gu Lingqing said in a low voice. Yes. Baya thought. She should also do something. She couldn't put all the pressure on Gu Lingqing. Yesterday Gu Lingqing went to bed at 12 o'clock. It was only 3 o'clock now. He only slept for 3 hours. Lingqing, I'm not sleepy. I go to bed early. Now there are 6 hours. It's enough. You sleep for a while. I'll wake you up when we arrive. Baya stood up and said. Gu Lingqing didn't say anything. He closed his eyes. Baya's imagination ran wild. 2 hours later they entered the base. Gu Lingqing also woke up and opened his eyes. Baya looked at Gu Lingqing and smiled. Gu Lingqing held Baya's hand. Since we're here, let's take things as they come. Yes. After entering the base, Gu Lingqing was waiting. Under Zhang Xingyu's lead, Baya met Shen Yin. He was waiting anxiously, but it could be seen that he was in a good mood. Even his smile was bright. As soon as they met he asked, Where's Lu Shuang? You have her contact, right? Baya nodded. She wanted to say something but stopped. If she said it, she was really worried that Shen Yin wouldn't be able to take it. Shen Yin noticed something strange from her expression. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? Shen Yin, there's something. Lu Shuang, she's married. Baya finally said it. Shen Yin's smile froze. He stared at Baya. His gaze gradually became cold, but he still had 1% of hope. He asked again, "Is what you said true?" "She's married to Jiang Yi," Baiya said again. Sheniyen's gaze turned cold, but he still accepted it. He staggered 2 steps back. His eyes were flickering with hesitation, confusion, and disbelief. The current him was completely different from the elegant and calm person he was when he was locked up. What could crush a person was not the environment but the state of mind. Many people could go against the current. The worse the environment, the harder they worked. But if their state of mind collapsed, they would be like a patient with depression. They couldn't see what they had and what they had more than others. They would only think that tomorrow wouldn't be better. Moreover, they wouldn't listen to anyone's advice. "I think she has her reasons," Baiya added and comforted him. Sheniyen looked at Baiya slowly. Her face was pale and her eyes were bloodshot. Even in her pupils there was something fermenting. "You have her phone number, right?" "Yes, I'll call her now. You can tell her personally." Baiya still hoped that Sheniyen could be with Lu Shuang. She took out her phone and dialed Lu Shuang's number. "I'm sorry, the number you have dialed does not exist." The cold voice of the machine came from the phone. Baiya looked at the number again. She made sure that it was the number she had talked to on the phone before and dialed it again. "I'm sorry, the number you have dialed does not exist." The cold voice of the machine was still on the other end of the phone. Baiya couldn't stay calm anymore. What was Lu Shuang doing? He didn't even want to contact her? He even went missing without a word of explanation. Chapter 828. Sheniyen looked at Baiya's face, behavior, and expression. His eyes were deep and dark. She has turned off her phone. Baiya looked at Sheniyen. She didn't want Sheniyen to misunderstand Lu Shuang, so she explained, "She has always been immature, but she was very happy to know that you were released. You were able to get out this time because of her help. She saved you and disappeared immediately, which proves that this matter is unusual." Sheniyen sneered and turned his face away. His whole face was hidden in the darkness. Baiya knew that he was angry and very angry. He was so angry that he didn't even want to say anything. According to her years of psychological research, Sheniyen's micromovement showed that he had his own opinion, and he was unwavering. Therefore he wouldn't listen to others' persuasion. Maybe he would feel better after he calmed down. "Are you hungry? Why don't you eat something first?" Baiya changed the topic. Sheniyen looked at Baiya, but his thoughts were still on Lu Shuang. He asked in a deep voice, "Do you have a way to contact her?" Baiya fixed her eyes on Sheniyen. Many complicated thoughts flashed through her mind. Even though she was a psychologist, she didn't know what to do. She hoped that Sheniyen and Lu Shuang could be together. However, Sheniyen's current state was not normal. He had a destructive hatred and anger. She was also worried that Lu Shuang would be hurt. Shuang Niu had no choice. "You must give her a chance to explain," Baiya said. "I will give her a chance to explain," Sheniyen promised. "Tell me where she is." "No matter what happens, you can't hurt her," Baiya continued. "No matter what happens, I won't hurt her," Sheniyen said in a deep voice, staring at Baiya coldly. "I'll ask Lingqing. Lingqing's people should be following Lu Shuang. With the help of the third eye, it shouldn't be difficult to find her. I'll give you the address when I get it." Sheniyen closed her eyes. "I want to be alone for a while." Baiya turned around and walked out, closing the door for Sheniyen. Gu Lingqing walked over and looked at her worriedly. "Are you all right?" "I'm afraid it's not a small matter. Lu Shuang designed his phone to be an empty number. Not to mention Sheniyen, even I am very angry. Do you have Lu Shuang's address?" Baiya asked. "My people are following her, and the third eye is also following her 24/7. It's easy to find her. But Xiaoya, have you thought it through? Are you going to tell Sheniyen about Lu Shuang's whereabouts?" Gu Lingqing asked in a deep voice. "I think Lu Shuang owes Sheniyen an explanation. After all, Sheniyen lost everything because of her, and she was even pulled down from the position of president. Her name will be recorded in history. I think Sheniyen doesn't deserve it, and I'm also very angry. I don't understand why Lu Shuang would do this. If she doesn't like Sheniyen anymore and finds happiness again, I also hope that she will be open and honest. I'm very angry that she doesn't deserve Sheniyen, so she should be completely eliminated from Sheniyen's world instead of making others confused," Baiya said angrily. "Since you've decided, I'll give you what you want. Wait for me for 5 minutes and I'll give you her current address. Also, Country D is Sheniyen's minefield. He doesn't want to appear in Country D, so if Shenyan wants to go to Country D to find Lu Shuang, think twice, Gu Lingqing said in a deep voice. I can't even think about it now, let alone the person involved, Shenyan. She actually turned her phone into an empty number. What does that mean? This kind of behavior is really annoying and depressing. Even I want to question her. Baya sighed. She knew that she was impulsive, but she was very angry now, and what she said was not rational. I'll be quiet too, Baya said. Follow me, Gu Lingqing said. Baya followed Gu Lingqing, got in the car and went to the lawn. The sky was already white. The air in the morning in November was very humid and cool, but also fresh. Baya took a deep breath and saw a wooden house on the edge of the woods. That place is where we used to live. You can sit there for a while. I'll ask for Lu Shuang's whereabouts and tell you her address, Gu Lingqing said softly. Okay. Baya replied. She walked towards the wooden house. If she got up too early in the morning, her brain would lack oxygen, and it would also cause her thinking to be slow. She had to think about it carefully. There were 2 rooms in the wooden house. In one room there was a bed, a chair and an LCD screen hanging on the wall. In the other room there was a big table for benches and 2 rocking chairs. There were also some toys piled up in a box in the corner. This was the place where she, Gu Lingqing, and Shosho used to live. She felt a sense of familiarity. Gu Lingqing's gestures flashed in her mind, and her heart suddenly ached. She shook her head. Don't let your imagination run wild. The most important thing now was Lu Shuang. After calming down, she thought about Lu Shuang's previous behavior. If Lu Shuang really had no feelings for Shenyan, he would not have asked his current husband to save his ex-boyfriend. Besides, if she was magnanimous, she would not have disappeared. She must have had her own difficulties that she could not explain, and she could not face Shenyan. That was why she hid. According to Lu Shuang's character, he was a bold person who had a clear distinction between love and hate. She wanted to find out the reason so that she could help Lu Shuang. She could not be a bystander and be angry at Lu Shuang's behavior. After all, she was the only one who could help Lu Shuang. Gu Lingqing pushed the door open and entered. Baya looked at him worriedly. Have you found her? Gu Lingqing nodded and passed a piece of paper to Baya. She lives with Jiang Yi. They have a 6-month-old baby girl. Baya's mind went blank for a long time. 6 months old? Are you sure it's Lu Shuang and Jiang Ye's? On the surface, it's their child. We haven't done a DNA test yet. Crazy. Is Lu Shuang crazy? Can you arrange a DNA test? Baya did not believe that the child was Lu Shuang and Jiang Ye's. Okay. I think I should go to Country D first. For safety, I will bring Lu Shuang to England. Shenyan will also go to England to let them meet, Baya said thoughtfully. I will go with you, Gu Lingqing said in a deep voice. Will it be dangerous if you go? Baya was worried. I will arrange it properly. It will be more dangerous if you go alone, Gu Lingqing said with certainty. Baya nodded. She felt more at ease with Gu Lingqing by her side. I will tell Shenyan my idea first. You can ask someone to do a DNA test. If everything goes well, the DNA report will be out tomorrow, Gu Lingqing said. Okay. Baya went back. As the investigation went on, one incident after another came out. It added a stone to her heavy heart and made her feel suffocated. Chapter 829. Baya entered Shenyan's room. He immediately stood up and looked deeply at Baya, waiting for Baya to speak. I've already found Lu Shuang's address, but it's not convenient for you to go to Country D. I'll make a trip there and bring Lu Shuang to England. You can go to England too and you can meet him, Baya suggested. Shenyan curled her lips and said sinisterly, she's hysterical because she wants to hide from me. She won't be willing to go to England with you and you're soft-hearted. In the end, nothing will happen. Give me the address and I'll settle this myself. But it's too dangerous for you to go to Country D. If Jiang Yi catches you, he can even kill you on the spot because you don't have an identity and are currently invisible, Baya said worriedly. If that's the case, I deserve it, Shenyan said firmly. If you don't tell me where she is, I'll go to Country D to look for her myself. Baya took a deep breath and passed Lu Shuang's address to Shenyan. Lu Shuang has a 6-month-old daughter. We still have to do a DNA test to see if it's her daughter. I'll tell you when the results of the paternity test are out. So don't be rash. Shenyan sneered. There's no deep love in the first place. It's normal for her to fall in love with someone else. What I want is for her to tell me personally that if she doesn't like me anymore, I'll give up on her completely. Don't worry, I won't cause any trouble and I won't embarrass her. This is the last explanation for my feelings. Baiya really felt that Xinyan was a good person. It was just that Lu Shuang didn't cherish her. Since things had come to this, he could only let nature take its course. I'll go to Country D with you this afternoon so that we can look after each other, Baiya said. No, you've helped me a lot. I still remember the kindness you and Gu Lingqing have done for me. Even though you knew that Lu Shuang was married, you still insisted on saving me. I admire your magnanimity and freedom. I owe you my life. I'll promise you one request in the future, no matter what it is, Xinyan said firmly. What if the request is for you not to go against Xing Buhua? Baiya asked directly. Xinyan raised the corner of her mouth slightly. I can do whatever you want, but there's only one thing. You don't have to rush to tell me. Baiya's heart skipped a beat. Xinyan was too secretive. She had a bad feeling about this. Tell Gu Lingqing to come in. I have something to tell him, Xinyan said again. Baiya hesitated for a moment before he went out. Gu Lingqing guarded at the door and looked at her pitifully. If she was unhappy, he would be unhappy as well. He asked you to come in, Baiya said. Wait for me in the next room. There's a bed there. You can rest if you're tired, Gu Lingqing said softly and moved her hair behind her ear. She looked haggard. Because she didn't sleep well, she had dark circles under her eyes. Baiya nodded and went to the next room. Gu Lingqing went in to see Xinyan. Xinyan turned to face Gu Lingqing. I knew you wouldn't die so easily. Gu Lingqing gave a simple response. He was not good with words to begin with. The relationship between him and Xinyan was very subtle. Xinyan's father killed his parents' family. His brother took away Xinyan's position and he saved Xinyan. It was hard to tell if they were enemies or friends. What do you want me to do? Gu Lingqing asked directly. Xinyan didn't want to make small talk. His expression turned serious. Send me to Country D later. Don't let Baiya get involved. She won't be able to solve the problem and will only add to your troubles. You've finally been together with her and you've gone through so many hardships. Don't cause trouble for yourself. Gu Lingqing looked at Xinyan deeply and lowered his eyes. Many thoughts were hidden in the waves in his mind. I won't send you away personally. You know better than me how important it is. But I've arranged for someone to send you out later. My person will bring you to him. I understand. It's enough for you to do this. Then arrange for me to go now, Xinyan said decisively. Follow me. Gu Lingqing turned around and walked out. Xinyan followed behind Gu Lingqing. Baiya waited for Gu Lingqing to come. She felt more and more uneasy. She walked out of the room and looked at the room next door. She stood guard at the door. As time passed, she saw Gu Lingqing coming from the corridor. She ran over in surprise. You're out? I sent Xinyan away. Baiya opened her eyes wide. Is he going to Country D? I want to go too. I want to see Lu Shuang before Xinyan. Xiaoya, let them solve their own problems. If you go, it will make things more complicated, Gu Lingqing suggested. I'm worried. How about this? My man is in Country D. I'll ask him to report to me in real time if anything happens, Gu Lingqing suggested. Baiya looked down. She couldn't solve any problems if she went to Country D. The human heart was the most difficult thing to control. Don't try to change others because you can't change them. She nodded. Let's go back now, Gu Lingqing said. Okay, Baiya replied and left with Gu Lingqing. In the car they didn't speak. Baiya wanted to sleep but couldn't. She closed her eyes in a daze. 2 hours later, the car arrived at the entrance of the military area. Baiya opened her eyes and looked at her watch. It was almost 8 o'clock. She asked Gu Lingqing, Are you going to a meeting later? Yes, I'll go after breakfast. Sleep a little more and don't think too much. At this time, Xinyan hasn't boarded the plane yet. It's useless to think too much, Gu Lingqing comforted her. I know. Baiya looked at Gu Lingqing with heartache. He didn't sleep for a few hours yesterday and had a meeting today. She didn't want him to worry. They went back to the villa. After breakfast, Gu Lingqing left. Baiya played with Shosho at the playground in the backyard. Her phone rang. She saw that it was Lu Shuang and quickly picked it up. Xiaoya, you called me? Lu Shuang asked. Your phone number is not in service. Do you know that? Baiya asked angrily. I know. I set it up like this. Has Xinyan been rescued? Lu Shuang asked with concern. He has been rescued. It's good that he has been rescued. That's good. Oh yes, tell him not to come to Country D. Baiya pursed her lips and didn't say anything. She didn't want to tell Lu Shuang that Xinyan had come. She suspected that Lu Shuang called her to test her. He can't be here, right? Lu Shuang guessed. Baiya took a deep breath. Where are you staying now? I can't tell you now. Give me some time. How many days will I give you? Baya pressed. Shall Bai, my child is crying. I'll tell you later. Lu Shuang said and quickly hung up. Baya clenched her teeth and called Lu Shuang. I'm sorry. The number you have dialed is not in service. It was the cold voice of the machine again. Baya put her phone away and put it on the windowsill. Now she could only wait. Chapter 8:30. Madam. Xiaoxia came over and smiled. The ingredients you ordered are here. When do you want to cook? Baya looked at the time. It was already 10:20 a.m. She should be cooking. I'll do it now. Look after Shosho. All right. Madam, the flowers and seeds are here. I've placed them on the square table. It's best to plant them as soon as possible. Otherwise they'll wilt easily, Xiaoxia reminded her. Okay. Thank you. Baya went back. When she reached the courtyard, Song Shiyu came back. She smiled when she saw Baya. Where's Shosho? I miss him. Mom, you're back. Shosho is playing in the backyard. Okay. I'll go see him first. I'll cook later. Song Shiyu was in a good mood. Mom, you must be tired after a long business trip. Let me cook today. Go and see Shosho. Shosho should be very happy to see Grandma back. He even asked about her before, Baya said with a smile. Really? I bought a gift for Shosho. He should like it. It's a car that he can drive. I'll give it to him first. He'll be able to eat your food later. Just thinking about it makes me happy. I ate steak and hamburgers every day in America. I'm about to throw up. I'll go and cook first. It'll be quick, Baya said. She saw the soldiers carrying the car down. It was an electric car and a motorbike. Shosho should like it when he sees it. Thank you, Mom. Haha, you're welcome. Song Shiyu went to the backyard happily. She saw Shosho playing with a ball. Shosho, Grandma is back. Shosho looked at Song Shiyu and pointed at Song Shiyu. Grandma, Grandma. Song Shiyu carried Shosho and kissed Shosho's face. Let's go. Grandma bought you a gift. Let's go and see it. Present. Shosho learned a new phrase. Yes, a gift. Song Shiyu brought Shosho to see the car. Shosho's eyes lit up when he saw the car. Car. Song Shiyu put Shosho in the car. Regardless of whether Shosho understood or not, she said, this is the switch and this is the steering wheel. You can control the steering wheel to adjust the direction. This is the reverse, which can also be directly operated by remote control. Shosho, drive by yourself first. Grandma will control it with the remote control when you turn. Shosho's dark eyes glanced at Song Shiyu, seemingly confused. Song Shiyu drove the first gear, and Shosho's car started to move. She followed the car to protect Shosho. When the car turned, she didn't need to press the remote control. Shosho held the steering wheel and turned by himself. Shosho is so smart. He can drive without anyone teaching him. Song Shiyu praised. Shosho was indeed smart. He learned to drive by himself. He even knew how to honk the horn, turn on the lights, and play music. He was having a lot of fun. When Baya came out of the steamed white fish, braised pork, tomatoes, shredded carrots, and crucian carp tofu soup, Shosho was still playing with the car. Song Shiyu immediately said to Baya proudly, Shosho is so smart. He can drive by himself without any teaching. Yes, he likes cars. When he grows up, he will be sent to a car factory to study cars. Baya said with a smile. Song Shiyu smiled lovingly. Mom, I'm going to plant the flowers. Baya said. Okay. Song Shiyu still looked at Shosho with a smile. Baya took the flowers to the side of the forest. Her face darkened. At this time, Shiniyin shouldn't have arrived in Country D. She didn't know what was going on between them. Madam, is there something on your mind? Lin Shulan came over to help and asked worriedly. Is it that obvious? Baya smiled awkwardly. You dug the hole. You didn't put flowers or seeds. Lin Shulan reminded. Baya put the flowers in again. Shulan, let me ask you a question. For example, if you and A love each other and A goes to jail, will you fall in love with B and start a new life? I don't know. There are too many variables in life. Maybe after being alone for a long time, you will be touched by others. I used to know a girl who studied photography. When she was in university, she had a boyfriend. When she brought her boyfriend home, her family was against them being together because the man's family was poor. She eloped with the boy and the two of them went to another city. They opened a photography studio, but they didn't make any money. Instead, they suffered losses. At that time, the boy was caught stealing in order to be with her. She had no relatives in that city, so she returned to her hometown. Under her parents' introduction, she went on a blind date and got married. She found a man who was a few years older than her and gave birth to a boy. Her husband was a debauchee, but she loved him to death. I don't understand. Only she does. Everyone says she's a bitch. She works hard to earn money for her husband, but her husband doesn't see her all day. He doesn't understand. Lin Shulan sighed. Love is like drinking water. Only you know if it's hot or cold. Maybe I'm too rational, and rational love isn't true love. I think I should let go of my obsession. Baya sighed. Madam, didn't you want to leave the chief? He had no choice but to leave. You know that he was seriously ill and he didn't want you to take the risk. He would rather sacrifice himself than you, Lin Shulan said anxiously. Baya wasn't talking about her and Gu Lingqing. But after hearing what Lin Shulan said, it seemed that Lin Shulan understood it very well. Do you know why I left that year? Baya asked. Lin Shulan nodded with red eyes. I know. Madam kept trying to persuade you. You made up your mind, so Madam could only agree. You were angry. Angry that the chief left without saying goodbye. But the chief didn't want you to take the risk. Baya listened quietly. There was a sour feeling in her heart. Why would I take the risk? How sick was he? He was very sick. He kept bleeding. He might not live for more than a month. Madam found a research institute overseas and wanted to use a biochemical weapon to lure them out to save the chief. Madam had been researching the antidote for the biochemical weapon for a long time. When the people there found out, they would definitely come back to deal with Madam. So the chief left, Lin Shulan explained. Baya vaguely understood. Her eyes became misty. She mumbled, I wasn't angry. I was in despair. I thought that he would definitely die. I didn't have the strength to bear that burden. So I chose to hypnotize him. If I didn't hypnotize him and forget all these, I wouldn't have been able to live. Lin Shulan looked at Baya in shock. Hypnosis? Memory loss? Baya took a deep breath. She didn't say anything else and continued planting flowers. Lin Shulan looked at the calm Baya. No wonder she felt that Madam was different from before. It turned out that she had forgotten the past. She had forgotten everything. She didn't have so many burdens. She didn't seem so heavy. Madam and the chief are both good people. They will definitely be happy for the rest of their lives, Lin Shulan said. All I can do is try my best to make myself happy, Baya said with determination. Madam, the chief is back. Xiaoxia came over to call Baya for dinner. Baya put down her hoe and immediately walked towards the house. Chapter 831. Gu Lingqing saw Baya running over and slightly raised the corner of his mouth. Baya was relieved when she saw him smiling. She smiled too. Mom is back. She bought a car and a motorcycle for Shosho. Shosho is so happy. I saw it. Are you planting flowers? I will accompany you after dinner. Gu Lingqing held her hand. Baya wanted to pull her hand out and reminded him, my hand is dirty. It's okay. I need to wash my hands too. Gu Lingqing held her hand tightly and went to the bathroom. He turned on the tap and washed Baya's hands first. Her heart was full of tenderness. Gu Lingqing, I know why I hypnotized myself. I don't regret hypnotizing myself. If it wasn't for the hypnosis, I wouldn't have been able to get through a day without you. Gu Lingqing paused and looked at Baya. I don't know if I can find them when they left. If they are dead, I won't let you know. You have to promise me that you will live well. Baya smiled. I thought a lot just now. Maybe Lu Shuang really fell in love with Jiang Yi. Maybe he doesn't love her now, but he will love her in the future. It's hard to say in the future. I am an outsider. I can only wish her well, but I can't control her. Well, if God wants them to be together, they will be together. If God wants them to be separated, it will be hard for them to be together. Gu Lingqing said in a low voice. His eyes were red. He almost lost her and almost couldn't stay by her side. Being heartless doesn't mean that life is hard. Being in love may be the root of pain. Life is unpredictable. Let's be together. Baya nodded and changed the topic. Your land application has been approved. I want to ask the designer to see how to plan it tomorrow. Gu's has a special department in charge of real estate. I will ask the person in charge to contact you. You can discuss with him. There are many steps to do and many connections to be sorted out. Although it is from the military, if it is not done well, people will criticize it. Gu Lingqing reminded him. I will try my best. How about I contact him in the afternoon? Well, that's fine. You can tell him your idea, and he will make a plan according to your idea. When you are satisfied, he will let the construction team start the construction. As for the building materials, Goose has long-term cooperation with them. What you need to do is to understand the soldiers' thoughts and family situations, and solve the employment problems for their families reasonably. I know what to do. Baya was deep in thought. There were many ideas in his mind. It's going to take you forever to wash your hands. Let's eat, Song Shiu teased. Baya blushed and went to eat. I haven't had the fish soup made by Xiaoya for a long time. It's so delicious, Song Shiu exclaimed. Xiao Xia fed the fish soup to Shosho, and Shosho danced happily while eating. When he saw Baya looking at her, he even made faces to make Baya laugh. I have nothing to do this weekend. Let's go fishing in the manor, Gu Lingqing said to Baya. Okay. The fish in that lake are the most delicious. They are all wild fish, Song Shiu said on behalf of Baya. Gu Lingqing's phone rang. He looked at the caller ID and answered with a serious face. Tonight? Well, at 6 o'clock. My child goes to bed early. What's wrong? Are you going out tonight? Baya asked. Not going out. Lung Shuang wants to come over tonight to catch up. Gu Lingqing looked at Baya's confused face and explained, he used to be the leader of the Shadow. After I left, he took over the military region. Now he is the vice president in charge of agriculture and education. Will it be inconvenient for us to be here? It's not inconvenient. I can probably guess what he wants to say to me. Let's eat first. We'll talk about these things at night. Gu Lingqing picked up the meat from the belly of the fish and put it into Baya's bowl. Baya turned to pick up the meat for Shosho and smiled at Gu Lingqing. She felt that if she gave birth to a daughter, Shosho's position in the family would be even more precarious. Even so, there was still a faint sweetness lingering in her heart. After dinner, Gu Lingqing accompanied her to plant flowers. After it was done, they went to take a lunch break together. Gu Lingqing was really tired. He fell asleep the moment he touched the bed. Baya lay on her side and looked at his handsome face. He was so tired, but he didn't say anything. He accompanied her to plant flowers. Gu Lingqing was a man of action. Thinking of the things he did silently, she felt warm in her heart. Maybe one day she would suddenly remember everything. But, no matter what he did wrong in the past which made her unhappy, she would forgive him. In a daze, Baya fell asleep. When she woke up, Gu Lingqing was no longer by her side. He had gone to another meeting. She got up and came out. Shosho was driving again. Song Shiu saw Baya and said with a smile, Lingqing said that when you wake up, he asked me to call Zhang Zhongda and ask him to contact you. Sorry to trouble you, Mom. It's no trouble at all. I can't wait for you to take over the management of the real estate industry. I don't have so much energy. In the past 2 years, besides finishing the projects that I haven't finished before, I haven't developed any new projects. Baya nodded. I guess they will have endless work to do in the future. But this is a huge sum of money. Lingqing and I are going to reward some soldiers. Will it exceed the budget to bring the soldiers' families here? Gu still has the money. Part of it will be used for finance, part for public welfare, and part for business development. Building a family compound for the military is also counted as public welfare. Moreover, Gu's supermarket and shopping center will come in, which is also a part of the profit. Don't worry and do it boldly. If the money is not enough, I will tell you. Song Shiu encouraged. Okay. Baya just returned to the living room. Soon Zhang Zhongda called. After a few greetings, Gu Lingqing had already asked him to start designing the plan. He promised to finish the design within half a month. It was not easy to do any project. Although it was said to be half a month, it would probably take 2 months to complete after some modifications. There would be all kinds of problems in the future. Zhang Zhongda was in charge of the project. She was mainly responsible for the soldiers' families and the employment of their families. After she was done, she played with Shosho. She suddenly thought of Lu Shuang. Had Shiniyin arrived in Country D? Country D. Lu Shuang took his daughter for a walk. His head was lowered and his eyes were drooping. He sighed with a heavy heart. He looked up and saw Shiniyin walking towards him. Under the setting sun he was dyed red. He walked in the afterglow as if he was in a dream. She thought she was seeing things. It was impossible for Shiniyin to appear in Country D now. He looked exactly the same as 2 years ago. His appearance had not changed at all. He was handsome and had stunning features. While she was in a daze, he walked in front of her and looked down at her adorable face. His eyes slowly fell on the little girl in the cart. Chapter 832. His eyes suddenly became cold and secretive. He stared at Lu Shuang with hidden turbulence and asked coldly, "You and Jiang Ye's child?" "No, I picked him up." After Lu Shuang replied, she suddenly realized that she was not in a dream. She looked at Xinyan in shock. You, why did you come back here?" Xinyan narrowed her eyes. "You don't want me to come here?" Lu Shuang turned around immediately. Xinyan grabbed her arm. She was so strong that Lu Shuang could not break free. She shouted anxiously, "Jiang Yi, Jiang Yi." Xinyan looked at her coldly. She looked like a lecher who had been molested by a playboy and was calling for her husband to save her. He covered Lu Shuang's lips and pulled her to the tree next to them. "You want Jiang Yi to catch me?" Lu Shuang stopped talking and looked at him. Xinyan looked at her like a little rabbit. She was guarded, afraid but helpless. Even if the spring breeze swept away the fallen leaves, the leaves would fall mercilessly into the ravine. "I'll leave after asking a few questions," Xinyan said coldly. Lu Shuang nodded. Xinyan let go of her hand and looked at her eyes. "Did you marry Jiang Yi willingly?" "He takes good care of me and helps me a lot. I feel at ease when I'm with him and I don't need to worry. I can live the life I want." The corners of Xinyan's mouth curled up, but his eyes became even redder. "You think I can't give you these, right?" Lu Shuang clenched her fists slowly and her eyes became misty. She did not say anything. "Do you like him?" Xinyan asked. Lu Shuang pursed her lips and did not look at Xinyan. She closed her eyes and said, "I like him." "Like, what about you?" Xinyan lifted her chin and made her look into his eyes. "Do you like me?" Lu Shuang's body was shaking and his eyes were misty. He clenched his fists tightly. She liked him. She liked him very much. She liked him so much that even if she died she didn't care. She just hoped that he could live. Their child could live. As long as he was alive, she wanted him to sit on the top again. She didn't care even if she died and went to hell. However, she could not say these words. If she did, he would definitely die. What happened in the past is in the past. I'm already married, so there's no point talking about it anymore. But if you really want an answer, I used to like him, but now I want to start over, Lu Shuang said. "What do you mean by starting over? Do you want to start afresh with me or do you want me to stop disturbing your life?" Xinyan asked. She couldn't say anything too cruel. But if she didn't say it, she would kill him and their child. "Xinyan, I'm sorry. What I want is not sorry." Xinyan let go of her hand and looked at her sadly. That look made Lu Shuang's heart ache. It was the first time she saw Xinyan looking at him with such a sad look. Even when he fell from the horse, he was still smiling. She didn't want to cry, but tears flowed down her cheeks. She was afraid that if she stayed for another second, she would say everything. "I'm sorry," Lu Shuang said. She ran towards the road and pushed the child away. As if there was a demon behind her, she didn't even dare to look back. Xinyan also stood on the spot. Her eyes were locked on Lu Shuang. He didn't move until she left. His heart and brain seemed to be experiencing a raging wave. The waves were hitting every inch of his cells. He still looked handsome on the surface, but his body was already full of holes. It was as if his soul had been pulled out of his body. For a moment, he didn't have a sense of belonging and didn't know where to go. He didn't have such a feeling even when he was pulled down from the horse. 6 black cars drove over from the 2 roads. The smell of death was approaching. Xinyan looked to the right. The car stopped. Jiang Xingyu got out of the car. His men quickly surrounded the surroundings. Xinyan chuckled. She wasn't afraid at all. She looked at Jiang Xingyu coldly. She didn't run and was calm. Jiang Xingyu walked toward Xinyan. "How dare you? When Lu Shuang said that you were here, I didn't believe him. You really came." "Lu Shuang said that?" Xinyan narrowed her eyes. "She was afraid because of you." "Xinyan, do you believe in karma and retribution? Back then my sister was pestering you. You didn't want her, so she committed suicide. Now you're pestering Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang betrayed you. You'll die here too." "Ah." Jiang Xingyu laughed sinisterly. "It wasn't my heartlessness that forced your sister to die. It was your indecent love. Jiang Xingyu, you made her feel hopeless. That's why she committed suicide," Xinyan said faintly. Jiang Xingyu's face turned green. "You're talking nonsense. I only love my sister as a brother. There's no dirty love between a man and a woman. If you can face your own feelings, maybe your sister can still stay by your side. It's your hatred for yourself and your sister that gave her a fatal blow. Has your sister seen her diary?" Xinyan asked calmly. Jiang Xingyu's eyes flickered as if he was suppressing something. He became angrier. "Don't try to scare me. I won't believe you. No matter what you say, I won't let you go." Jiang Xingyu took the gun and aimed it at Xinyan. Xinyan didn't move. She locked her eyes on Jiang Xingyu. She was deep and reserved. She seemed like a spectator watching a show above reality. Jiang Xingyu was about to shoot when an infrared ray appeared on his forehead. He frowned and saw that everyone else had infrared rays on their foreheads as well. Your men are lying in ambush nearby, waiting for me to walk into the trap. I didn't plan to kill you in the first place, so why would I set up an ambush for you? You'll understand everything after seeing your sister's life. Stop pestering me. Your sister doesn't like me, she likes you. Xinyan said with a smirk. Jiang Xingyu was even more shocked. He stared at Xinyan. His chest was heaving up and down and he pursed his lips. A Maybach drove over and stopped in front of Xinyan. The person inside opened the window and said in a deep voice, "Get in." Xinyan opened the door and got in the car. The car drove to a secret private airport. Xinyan looked in front and guessed, "You guys are Gu Lingqing's men? The chief ordered us to protect your safety." "Gu Lingqing," Xinyan murmured. "I owe you my life again. Where are you sending me?" "The chief ordered us to send you to the airport and to Switzerland. You have a manor, an estate, and a new name, Xinqing. I appreciate Gu Lingqing's kindness. Later you guys put me down by the side. I'll solve my own problems. You guys go back and report. Running away is not the way to solve my problems. Taking back everything that belongs to me is the right way," Xinyan said with certainty. Chapter 833. I'm sorry. We need to ask for instructions from the chief. Please wait a moment. Let me call Gu Lingqing, Xinyan said. He took out the phone that Gu Lingqing had given him and made a call. Gu Lingqing, it's me, Xinyan. Do you know what happened? Xinyan asked in a deep voice. Yes. Gu Lingqing replied. Sky Eye and his men followed Xinyan around the clock. Of course they knew everything. I will remember your help. But that's all. You don't have to make arrangements for me. I will go alone, Xinyan said with certainty. It's too dangerous for you to stay in Country D. The most dangerous place is the most dangerous. Country D is also the place where most of my men are hiding. Gu Lingqing was silent for 3 seconds and said in a deep voice, I will ask someone to give you 10 million. Contact me if there is any danger or emergency. My men will stay in Country D for the time being. Ah. Xinyan smiled. Thank you. I don't need the money. I still have more than 1 billion. Find a secret place to put me down. You really don't need my men to protect you? Jiang Xingyu won't let you go easily. It will be extremely difficult for him to find me. You don't have to interfere in my business anymore. That's all. I'm hanging up. Tell your men to put me down by the roadside. Also, I wish you and Baya happiness forever. Xinyan curled up the corner of his mouth. There was a scar hidden in his eyes. He absorbed all the light and became as dark as an abyss. Got it. Gu Lingqing didn't force him. He called them and asked them to put Xinyan down. Baya looked at him worriedly and waited for Gu Lingqing to continue. He looked at Baya and sighed. Xinyan wants to solve his own business. We don't have to interfere. I'm worried that he'll be in danger, and I'm also worried that he'll hurt Lu Shuang. It's so contradictory. Now we say that Lu Shuang told Jiang Xingyu his whereabouts. The person who hurt him first was Lu Shuang. Xiaoya, if we get involved it will make things more complicated. Unless Lu Shuang asks for help, we shouldn't do anything. When things reach an extreme they will move in the opposite direction, Gu Lingqing reminded. She understood that she had no right to interfere in other people's affairs, nor could she change it. It was good for them to become strangers. She just hoped that they would not hurt each other. She sent a message to Lu Shuang. You still have me. Whenever you call me, I'll appear in front of you. 3 minutes later, she received a message from Lu Shuang. Thank you. Gu Lingqing held Baya's shoulders and pulled her into his arms. He didn't say anything, but there was a warm feeling in her heart. It was so good to have Gu Lingqing by her side. The days passed by one after another. Every day was dull, busy, and fulfilling. Baya used 3 years to build the Green New City, Spring Garden District, Water Swamp Garden District, Guling Garden District, and Qingyuan District. Each district had 28 buildings and they were all 24+1 stories. There were 2 to 4 families on each floor, and they were selectively arranged for the families of the soldiers. Besides, she also opened a school, a hospital, a shopping mall, a restaurant, and a processing plant with thousands of employees. Teachers, doctors, salespeople, chefs, waiters, and other employees were mostly the families of the soldiers. There was also a welfare home for the elderly. The construction was still going on. Gu Lingqing became the morale of the military. All the soldiers were proud to join Gu Lingqing's military district. Moreover, Gu Lingqing became the idol of many teenagers and was recorded in many international newspapers. Critics from all walks of life had different opinions. Some felt that Gu Lingqing was a successful politician and military strategist at the right time, and some thought that if Gu Lingqing wasn't from a rich family, he wouldn't have achieved so much. Was it to encourage the leaders to make money and benefit the people? Some even thought that Gu Lingqing wanted to become the president. It was Sima Yi who was ambitious. However, no matter what the outside world said, it didn't affect Gu Lingqing's family. The Gu family was rich, very rich. They wanted to help others as much as they could in their limited time. Their first target was the righteous, hot-blooded, and brave soldiers in the military district. In order to protect the country, it was inevitable that soldiers would miss their families. The construction of the military family compound was to take care of their families so that they wouldn't have to worry about anything on the front line. It was also to encourage more people to love the country and have hope. Other than spiritual wealth, there was also a real goal to strive for. This was also to encourage more rich people to participate in patriotism and love for others. The National Parliament also officially agreed to build the Southern Suburbs C. The Southern Suburbs C covered an area of 1,620 square kilometers. It belonged to the country and was a special administrative region. Baya was the chief of the special administrative region. There were independent departments in the special administrative region. Simply put, the military, finance, students, environment, land resources, planning, and so on were all independent. This year, Baya decided to build Xiangshui Yuehai. This area was built on the seaside and was for sale to the public. The premise of living in this area was a sponsorship of 10 million yuan and the sale price was 100,000 yuan per square meter. On Tuesday, the special administrative region had an essential meeting. There were reports from all the relevant departments. Last week, excluding the sponsors, the total profit was 256 million yuan. I have sent the detailed report to your email, the finance minister reported. Baya sent the report to the finance minister in a notebook. This Xiangshui Yuehai project was launched 3 weeks ago, and more than 100 people had come to consult us. 6 people had sponsored us, and the remaining 26 people are interested. They want to have security guards and enjoy an independent and safe space. The director of the Investment Promotion Office said, "This project is still in its testing phase and there will be lots of questions. You must sort out their thoughts and write a proposal to satisfy their needs before they will come in. I want this area to be the most affluent district." Baya said, "Yes, sir." The director of the Investment Promotion Office replied, "I have prepared the proposal according to your instructions, but there is a problem. Nowadays, young people are either fixed in the relevant jobs, or they are still young and not many of them are studying professional courses in university. Some courses only have 1 or 2 applicants," the Minister of Education said. "After our students graduate, we will send them to the relevant industries. After all, they are the children of soldiers. If there are too few applicants in certain industries, we can only recruit from outside." Baya thought for a while and said, "If we recruit from outside, there will definitely be a lot of the most outstanding talents who will try their best to squeeze into our school. After all, once they come in, they will have houses allocated to them, and their children won't have to worry about jobs in the future. All kinds of security are the best," the Minister of Education said with a smile. "If there is only 1 or 2 applicants, I suggest we combine the classes and let the form teachers bring the students to the relevant departments for practical training. After that, we will give priority to the technical staff to teach the practical classes. We want practical skills and not armchair strategists," Baya suggested. "Okay." The head of the Education Ministry wrote down this suggestion. P.S. Actually, this is the end of the main article. Next, we will write about Gu Lingqing and Baya's happy life, Lu Shuang and Sheniyan's affairs. After we finish writing about them, we will choose Xing Buhua, Alan, Su Jiran, Xiao Xian, Xiao Yan, and Shosho to write about. Chapter 834. In terms of environmental protection, this week's air quality inspection results are in line with good standards. We will also build protective walls and forests around the area, greening the residential area. Water purification is also effective and will continue to be maintained. Also, we will build a sky garden at the height of a 6-story building to absorb dust and release oxygen and negative ions. Baya nodded. After the meeting, have a small meeting with the planning department. Before building the houses, we will do the greening so that there won't be any pollution. Okay, the head nurse replied. In terms of people's livelihood, according to the results of the previous discussion, increase the education fund and maternity fund. There will be no changes to the pension fund. 99% of the vegetables will come from organic farms. Currently, the clothing and medicine will be purchased from outside. I suggest that we start the clothing and medicine projects as well. The medicine project can be started and we will join the research institute. However, the clothing project will cause pollution, so we won't consider it for now, Baya said decisively. If the clothing is handmade, will it be more environmentally friendly? Also, we can build our brand and market it to increase our revenue, the chief of the Livelihood Bureau said. We can consider this method. Make a detailed proposal for me to take a look. There's another problem. Regarding the allocation of housing, some people have a second child or even a second child in 3 years. Some people even brought their parents and brothers-in-law over. That will cause the problem of not having enough housing. They want another house. If it's approved, others will follow suit and apply for a house. If it's not approved, it won't be easy for them to live in the same house. Baya stopped writing and looked at the chief of the Livelihood Bureau. Why would there be such a problem? When we allocated the houses, we only allowed parents and minors who needed to be taken care of. They feel that the environment here is good and there are many job opportunities. Their children go to school and the jobs are all allocated. So, they brought in their relatives. Families have family rules and a country has national rules. To benefit the people, we can't just take everything. Otherwise, we won't be grateful and will only feel that it's natural. We will become selfish and disrupt the order. I remember that when they moved in, they had to change their ID information. If their ID information is in the southern suburbs C, they will be granted permanent residency. As for the others, they can only visit their relatives for a month at most. I'll have to trouble you, Chief Zhang, Baya said as he looked at the chief of the police bureau. Okay, I will strengthen the management, establish immigration procedures, strengthen patrols, visit every family, and issue documents to all employers. Chief Zhang reported. For those who are already here, we will open a 1-month family visit period to give them time to prepare. As for the issue of 1 or 2 children, we have already increased the maternity fund. In the future, there will be many more communities built. Some will be arranged by the military, and some will be purchased by family members. We will discuss it when the time comes, Baya said. Chief Zhang received the order. A meeting lasted for more than 3 hours. After every key department reported, there would be a subordinate giving a detailed report. Baya noted down the problem and concluded it. She left it for them to continue researching the topic next week. What she needed to see next week was the solution. Unless she really couldn't solve it, she would bring it out and discuss it again. When she came out of the meeting room, Lin Shulan came to her and handed Baya the red date and white fungus soup he made in the morning. Madam, thank you for your hard work. Baya smiled and looked at Lin Shulan's belly. You're 8 months pregnant, right? Don't do these things. Rest at home and wait for the birth. It's good for your body. Have you applied for a place in the confinement center? I will let them know and ask them to arrange the best for you. I'm strong and healthy. It's okay. I can give birth. Lu Xing is also an orphan. He has been on duty in the general's mansion. There is no one at home. I might as well follow madam. Lin Shulan put away the cup and said, You reminded me. After you give birth, you can take a few months of maternity leave. Give Lu Xing a few months of maternity leave. Let him take good care of you and the child. Baya got into the car. There's no need. I will be in the confinement center for 2 months. There will be someone to take care of me and the child. With a husband by your side, your state of mind and mood will have a different effect on the child. How many times can it happen in a lifetime? Just listen to me. After you rest for a few months, you can bring the child to work. Shosho has gone to school. My mother-in-law loves children. She will be very happy if you bring the child to work. After all, you are my mother-in-law's goddaughter. Baya smiled and said. Lin Shulan nodded. When Baya returned to the general's mansion, Song Shiyu had prepared lunch. She smiled and said, Xiaoxia and I were just discussing who would come back first, you or Ling Qing. Xiaoxia, you're here. As soon as Baya turned her head, she saw the chubby Xiaoxia. Xiaoxia stood up respectfully. Madam. Long time no see. You look better and better. You are a happy woman. Baya smiled and looked around. You didn't bring little Xingxing here? Grandma is taking care of little Xingxing now. How are you doing working in the hospital? Are you in trouble? Baya saw the clues in her eyes and asked speculatively. Xiaoxia lowered her head in embarrassment. I was lucky to have followed the chief's wife from the start. Hence, when the southern suburb C was established, I went to the hospital to take a high position. However, my intelligence and emotional quotient were not up to the task. Naturally, I was tired and felt even more inferior. Hence, I wanted to continue serving Madame, the old lady and young master. Lin Shulan had a strange expression on her face. After all, she had always been the one taking care of Madame. Now that she was pregnant, she would be going home to give birth soon. Madame and Madame naturally needed someone to take care of them. If it was someone else, she wouldn't have minded. She had been by Madame's side for so many years. Not just anyone could sway her. But Xiaoxia was different. Xiaoxia had been by Madame's side for many years. In terms of time, she had been by Madame's side for many years. She was worried that when she came back, Madame would value Xiaoxia more. If you come here to work, what about Zhang Xingyu? He needs you to take care of him too, Lin Shulan said. Xingyu is very busy at the company. He comes back very late every day. Also, he comes to the general's residence to report on his work every day. I can still see him at the general's residence. I go back at night, Xiaoxia explained. You mean you come to work during the day? Shosho has to go to school during the day and only comes back at night. So what's your role? Lin Shulan asked directly. Xiaoxia was speechless. Her eyes were filled with distress and confusion. She lowered her head and her heart was heavy. Chapter 835. Baya smiled. It seems that the work in the hospital is giving you a lot of pressure. You feel embarrassed and have no place to stand. You don't know how to do other jobs and it's a little boring to stay at home and take care of the child. The best way is to come back to my place. You can still see Zhang Xingyu. If everything goes well, you can also take care of little Xingxing during the day, right? Xiaoxia felt even more embarrassed after being exposed by Baya. On second thought, Baya was a top psychologist. Her thoughts couldn't escape Baya's eyes. She simply said, "That's what I think. Sometimes old Madame has to go on a business trip and Madame has to work. The chief is even busier. At least I can cook and clean up. Okay, stay here. Bring little Xingxing over. After Shu Lan gives birth, she will also bring the child over. It'll be lively and we'll take care of each other. I'll make arrangements to get 2 houses next to the general's residence. One house will be for Zhang Xingyu and Xiaoxia, and the other house will be for Shu Lan and Zhang Xing. That way we can take care of the family." "Thank you, Madam." "Thank you, Madam." Xiaoxia and Lin Shulan looked at each other and lowered their heads. Baya smiled. She knew what they were thinking. It was good that the problem was solved. "You must be hungry. Come and eat," Song Shiyu said with a smile. Baya called Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing didn't answer the phone. Instead, she replied with a message, "I'm still in a meeting. You can eat first. Don't wait for me." Baya put away the phone. Before eating, she took the dog food and went to the small forest on the side of the wall. There used to be only one doghouse in the small forest. Now that it had been remodeled, the doghouse was expanded into a building with 5 entrances. It was also a building with 2 floors. Little White married a wife. In the first year they gave birth to 2 puppies. In the second year they gave birth to 2 more puppies. In the third year they gave birth to 4 puppies. For some special reason, other than Little White, the other male dogs were all sterilized and the female puppies were all given away. Therefore there were 5 dogs in this dog villa. However, according to the speed at which Little White was giving birth, the dog villa would not be able to accommodate her soon. Song Shiyu suggested for Xiao Bai to undergo a vasectomy, but Baya didn't agree. It wasn't suitable for Xiao Bai to have a wife, and it wasn't like they couldn't afford it. When she was free, training Little White and the rest became a pleasure for her. After feeding them, Baya would go and wash her hands. "I think Xiao Bai's wife is pregnant again. This time her belly is super big. There might be more than 4, Song Shiyu said. Baya cried and laughed. "Then I'm going to get a room now. I'll give Xiao Bai an hour to meet his wife every day. When the puppies are strong enough, I'll let them go out to reunite with their family. Hee, in another 10 years Xiao Bai's sons will be huge. He'll be the happiest dog." "Alright, are you and Lingqing going to have another child?" "Not before the age of 35 and not after that either. It's very dangerous for pregnant women at such an advanced age," Song Shiyu said. "Lingqing wants a daughter, but I've been too busy recently. There are many new projects in the southern suburbs and I have to ensure that nothing goes wrong. After I'm done with my work, I'll actively prepare for pregnancy. I'll get pregnant this year and give birth next year," Baya said. Song Shiyu was happy. She loved children. It's good to give birth to a tender little girl. Whether it's like you or Ling Qing, the child will look good. I hope it's a girl. I already have 2 sons, Baya said embarrassedly. After dinner, Baya went back to her room for an afternoon nap. When she woke up, Gu Lingqing was standing at the head of the bed and looking at her thoughtfully. Baya sat up in confusion. What's the matter? Gu Lingqing also sat by the bed. She wanted to say something but stopped. Baya smiled. You know I'll be more anxious if you don't say it. Gu Lingqing hesitated. In the end, she did not say it. Instead, she changed the topic. Mom said that you're going to have a child? Baya laughed. So it's about that. I want to have another child before the age of 35. After that, even if I want to, I won't have the energy to do it. Gu Lingqing smiled. I've always wanted to give you a wedding. Because of Lu Shuang's matter, you said that we'll put it aside for now. Let's have a wedding this May. A wedding is just a formality. No matter how luxurious a wedding is, it can still be unfortunate. One can also be happy without a wedding. Let's wait a little longer, Baya said. She lowered her head. I wonder how Lu Shuang is doing? No news is good news. You've been sending her messages for the past 3 years. Didn't she not reply to any of them? Gu Lingqing said. Her gaze was deep. She was worried that Baya would discover something or ask something. If she asked, he would definitely tell her. Mom said that young Madam Bai is pregnant again. I don't have anything else to do today. Shall we go and make a kennel together? Gu Lingqing asked. Yes, let's go. Baya got up happily. After brushing her teeth and washing up, she went to the storeroom to get a hammer, a wooden block and a piece of wood. They went to the side of the house. Gu Lingqing fixed the outline of the kennel first. It was also a 2-story kennel. Baya had followed him to make a kennel before, so she knew how to make the outline. She made the same one as Gu Lingqing. Gu Lingqing put the 2 together and fixed them. After they were fixed, they painted the walls and the top floor. The next day, when the paint was dry, they wrapped the house and the side of the house in a circle of unused quilts to keep it warm. The new villa had just been completed, and there were already puppies moving in. Baya looked at the happy and harmonious family. She felt warm in her heart, especially when she smelled the fragrance of the dishes coming from the kitchen. This feeling was like her soul had returned to the harbor that she could rely on. She didn't want to wander around anymore. However, what she didn't know was that everything she had now was the result of his protection in the past. He had given her the southern suburbs sea of her dreams. Here, any of her dreams could be realized and her dreams could grow wings. Perhaps she would be a little busy, but she had no time to care about the bloody storm outside. Her eyes were filled with the beautiful scenery of the beautiful weather. Country D. There were too many things that could change in 3 years. Life, old age, sickness, death, sorrow, joy, separation and reunion. The rise of a new star, the fall of a chaebol, the establishment of an organization, and the destruction of another organization. One was getting stronger and the other was getting weaker and weaker. Shinian stood by the window and looked at the endless darkness outside. The lights couldn't hide the vastness of the darkness. Now he had changed his name. He was no longer Shinian but Shinichen. He owned the largest chaebol group in Country X. He was also the real boss behind the biggest chaebol group in Country D. Now the president of Country D was supported by him. Even the vice president of Country D was his man. He had become the real decision-maker behind the scenes in Country D. Mr. Shin, a lady named Lu Shuang wants to see you, Shinichen's subordinate reported respectfully. Shinichen curled his lips and took a sip of red wine. He said coldly, "Let her in." You're tuning in to the Han Li's Wuxia Chronicles YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.